Okay, we're at 3 days on the step 2, 122.20, and I'm going to show you what it looks like at this point. Okay, if you look, it's almost like paste now. It's getting really thick. They're not tumbling nearly as fast. The rock dust, as you grind the rocks down, thickens up the slurry, and it's getting really thick. So at this point, it's time to take it out. It's been 3 days. I probably could have done it at 2, but we're going to take it out and we're going to move on to the next step. Now, a little trick I saw and I've been doing is what I'm going to do to help clean these off is I'm going to put a little Dawn dishwashing liquid in there. Okay, and I'm going to add some water. To thin it out a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to put the lid back on. I'm going to run this for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll tear it apart, clean the rocks off, and move to the next stage. Alright, it's time to open this up, and basically I'm going to take it out, and I have to clean the rocks off, but it's almost dark. I'm a coach, and I just coached a track meet, so it's getting pretty late, and basically I'm not going to take the camera outside, but what I'm going to do is I'll be taking this outside. I'll put some water in. I'll take the rocks out a couple handfuls at a time, and I will rinse them off the best I can. Then I have to clean the bowl because we got to get all this grit out of this bowl and off of these rocks for the next stage. So when I come back, they will hopefully be cleaned off and we will be ready to move on to the next stage. Alright, here's the rocks. They are in a sink and a tote where after I've taken them out of the tumbler and cleaned them off a bit, please excuse the sound of my washer, which is right next to the camera. These are looking pretty good. The process now is I'm going to take them out pretty much one at a time, look at them, make sure I don't have any grit in any kind of holes or pits or anything like that, and I'm going to put them back in the bowl. Once I have them all back in the bowl, then we'll put on the next grit, and we'll move on from here. Okay, here we are. The rocks are back in. They're cleaned off. I'll get a little close up here. Okay, they actually, when they're wet, they look shiny right now. But the whole idea is to get them to where they're shiny when they're not wet. I'm going to see how they're tumbling. It actually looks like I have more rocks in there now than when I started, but I think they'll settle. I've got a lot of amethyst and quartz in there, and some tiger eyes, red tiger eye, gold tiger eye, good stuff. Okay, this step we're using PrePolish, 4 ounces of it. I measured it out like I did before. I'm going to switch around to the other side, do just like I did before. I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to add in the polish and let it coat the rocks. The whole idea is to have enough water that the polish sticks to the rocks, but not so much that it washes off the polish and the polish sits on the bottom of the bowl. That would not be good. I think that'll do it. They're moving pretty well. We will turn them back on. This time we're going to probably go for about 2 days. So probably about 2 days from now we'll take them out and we'll see how they look after the pre-polish stage. Thank you for watching. See you in a couple of days. I'm going to add a couple of post thoughts here at a little quieter place. It seems like every time I do a video, I've got a washer running next to the camera or another tumbler running next to the camera. But a couple of thoughts on this video. First of all, don't take your rocks outside at night to rinse them off. It's absolutely no fun when you can't see them. So it was nice when I got back in. It probably took me about 15-20 minutes taking them one at a time out of that tote, putting them back into the tumbler, and basically making sure that you got to get all the 122/20 grit off. I think I made a good call on this one. I made an effort to fill it up more than I had in the past, and the rocks seem to be tumbling better. I'm not having as much trouble getting them to move. Doing 3 days of 122/20, you got a good look at that at the beginning of this video. That it looked like paste when I opened it up. So you know, I don't know that I could go much beyond 3 days. I'm going to try to go 2 on this stage, maybe 3. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a coach, so it makes it tough. I have another meet tomorrow, but you know, this is Tuesday. I have a meet Wednesday. I don't have one Thursday or Friday, so I should be able to take them out and start on the final polish stage. At this point, if they look shiny when they're wet, if you let them dry off, they won't look shiny anymore. By the end of this, most of them should be shiny even when they're dry. Alright, well, thank you again for watching. See you in a couple of days.